and I'm lit. On a spacecraft in a new realm, that's it.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're back with another spiritual decode react video. I am Mel. Okay, hey to the new subscribers, how are you doing? I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. I be trying to take my time. I be having a lot going on, y'all. I'm trying to get the right schedule. I promise you. And I'm gonna just start uploading. Okay, anyways, let's see. This one is from JJ again. It says, Brother Panic decoding the secrets of spiritual transformation. So, let's see how this one goes. About 15 minutes long? Yeah, let's jump into it.
Out of Christianity, Gnosticism Christianity came out of Gnosticism, which was the magical system of Christianity. Sufism, Islam came out of Sufism, which was the magical system. Religion means to bind back or bind to the earth. So it becomes a method, they can keep you childlike in it once they change it to a history book. If you understand it as a metaphysical book, an astrology book, a magic book, then you get a whole different understanding. If you understand it as a history book, then you're nothing but a child. That's folly.
Right.
So it is the ultimate control. Ultimately, one of the key things that came out of religion is to make you think something outside of you is controlling you, greater than you, or you are waiting for it to come to save you, relieve you, or you need to call on it for help.
And that's how they got the game fucked up, okay? The reason why religion has us so effed up in the game is because, we don't have a firm foundation within ourselves, of what we were never taught that, or religion doesn't teach that. So that's something that you have to kind of come to terms with when you see different type of spiritual systems, or you see magic, or you see other occult sciences and different type of spiritual systems. Okay, that's why people it's hard for some people to get out of that Christianity type of energy and believe other things, because they've been so trained, and it's been in their lineage to be trained into this type of thought process, or this type of I'm thinking about shackles. So this type of prison, energetic prison, or energetic chain that keeps you from understanding who you are, what you are, where you are, and what you're supposed to be doing. And it also blocks the connection between you and source energy, or aka God, or the great mother earth, whoever you want to call on as that is the greater source of energy, or the one and only source of energy.
Once you understand that it is you, then you're in a whole different thought process. Once they divided you from your understanding that you were God or the goddess, you were conquered. You had to look outside of yourself for something, and then all they had to do with imagery was give you them, Jesus or whomever.
Right.
All they had to do was give you them. So it's the ultimate in mind control. It's probably the most successful.
Yeah. I often say it has the black community in a chokehold. But it's not that you can't reverse that and use it for yourself. If you really know how to decode the Bible, you can still be in my opinion, you can still be a Christian and still control your own reality. But it's just certain ways where you have to maneuver out of the controls and decode the verses of the Bible and the stories of the Bible, and use it as a spiritual tool versus a one-all be-all. You feel what I'm saying?
But again, it's not really up to masses of black people to understand something greater.
Right.
It's really only up to us who's doing the work. So the mere fact that you're not in it, and everybody who listens to you is not in it, that means it still didn't work. It's just a part of the transformation process, really.
Now,
you have to be on the ground before you can rise all the way to the top, type thing. You have to be down before you can go up, and all of that type of thing. It's ultimately it's the grander stage. It's one of the grandest stages in our entire transformation, the planet's transformation. Because, everyone, before this planet is over, everyone won't get to a point of consciousness that we define as special. So that's not supposed to happen. The only thing that's supposed to happen is a certain select few, like it always was. It was the priesthood class that knew that knew all the mysteries. Certain people were just certain people. So as you judge the people still get, if you want to call it, they still get what they get in the end. Let's just say they still go to heaven based upon they still went through the Middle Passage. They still went through the Holocaust. They still went through these transformations. The pressure makes the diamond.
Right.
The harder you hit the ball, the higher the bounce. Is that type of thing. So the entire school we can call Earth, in our plight through Earth. We raised it up, so now we had to go through a sleeping period or a cocoon period, which is what you see now to prepare for our rise now. And that's what's actually happening right now. Now, understand there's a concept that's built from your mind, and it's built strictly from your mind. Whatever your mind could possibly think, you can have. A movie that was great about that was Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr. in a movie called What Dreams May Come, where Robin Williams dies. Cuba Gooding Jr. is trying to explain to him how to live in the astral world. Now, even the astral world is a part of this illusion, and it must fall. But ultimately, he still was explaining how your mind is all. Your body is fake. Whatever you believe in your mind is your reality. So you are creating your world based upon your mind and whatever your world is in it. So anything you can fathom, you can have. So,
and when he says this is something that you have to have pure, energetic energy toward, like focus towards. Okay, you can't just think about it one day and think it's gonna happen. This is something you have to actually co-create with when you're thinking about, manifesting through your mind, and your mind only, or your subconscious mind. You literally have to put the actions out there to align that energy with you. So you have to raise your vibration, or raise your energy, or raise your awareness, or your lifestyle to where you're trying to meet and what you're trying to do. So basically, you have to already be acting it out like you're in a movie script, and then boom, one day everything fucking aligns. It's dope as shit. I try with little shit first.
What also comes into play is your conscious mind is keeping you in your personal space as Beverly or Panic or whomever. Once that has dwindled away when you died, your subconscious mind remembers all lifetimes, all experiences, your whole entire plight in this particular dimension, and all your experiences come into play as a form of understanding in terms of what more you can have. I always give the example, the movie Coming to America. Eddie Murphy was the prince. People were tying his shoes. 3 naked women in the bathtub every day. He still had to come to America to get something else to eventually take back to the kingdom to become a new king. So that's all that's really happening. We in here to become the new ones. People with souls, ultimately. Because everything in this place has melanin, just the abundance of it and how people can access it. Ultimately, to get back to the source, you have to have the divine spark of light, which is a soul. The melanin is connected to the ka, the spirit. There's the body, and then there's the soul. Eventually, the ka will die away as well, which is the spirit. The only thing that's real about you is your soul, which is the only thing that could connect to the original primal point. You could just say, let's say Sirius, for this matter. So the only ones that can live there is the ones with souls. So that's what we're really talking about. You redeeming or releasing your soul. Once your ka exists, there's different levels. The astral level, the etheric level, the mental plane, different planes of reality. Right. The 4th dimension, 5th dimension, this dimension. What dwells in those dimensions is your ka, or your spirit. Your soul is on earth in your body. When your body dies, your soul joins your ka. And then if you're not ready to go to the next level based upon you feel you have some more work to do down here, or based upon you being ignorant, becoming a human, your soul may fall back into a body. Ultimately, you want your soul to rise out of this situation, out of these things we call the planes. So that has to die. The planes, because those are all a part of the illusion. There's a higher part of what's happening on Earth. So ultimately, your soul is trying to get back to its primal point, to its primal origin, back to Sirius. So your soul is now taking a journey between your ka and your body. Your ka and your body. We call it reincarnation. Either based upon you feel you're not doing something, you didn't do something, you got stuck, or you may have work down here to do. Most of the conscious do make a choice to come back down here because they are doing a certain work. Most of the people that they call dead are stuck down here. And they do things like tell you all through your life, you need a better house, you got to be somebody.
Yeah.
We, black people, we have to struggle. You never got the bank loan, never got the promotion, never married the girl, never took care of your kids right. Then you got for the new people, you got Puff Daddy. You never had the chain, the Bentley, the car. So you still create a bond or a longing for Earth to come back to here. So these things lock the dead people down, material things, material.
So, basically we see this all the time. We see people always, being obsessed with material possessions or obsessed with a person, obsessed with a idealism of humanistic things. So it's like, for example, like, you know how you see the true crimes about the man that's obsessed with the girl, or the girl that's obsessed with the man, or side chick obsessed with the man and kills the girl, or kills the man and the girl, or whatever. Like, stuff like that, pew pew, my bad. Awesome. I don't think I was supposed to say that. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The thing is, a lot of people, most of the time when that happens, though, people are unconscious as fuck anyway. But in general, though, when it comes to consciousness, it's like until you get to a certain period of consciousness, it's a struggle between human life and conscious living. You feel me? Human life, conscious living. It's a struggle until you realize that, okay, I don't have to worry about this. Because if I'm my foot all the way in here in consciousness, I know I'm going to attract what I need to evolve, to grow, and to go to the next level, or go back to where I came from, or whatever the case, whatever the concept it may mean for you, or, fulfill my purpose. And that's what a lot of us get kind of caught up in. Like, we look at the glitz and the glams, or spiritualists, or people, celebrities, or motivational speakers, or people on the internet, and it becomes very congested with different people, different vibes, different egos and whatnot. And you just gotta find your own route. And that's why it's okay to stick to your own route. You don't have to be like nobody else. You don't have to really mingle with nobody else. Respect people and keep on moving. Not saying everybody don't respect you, but when you're on a conscious journey, you have to be able to see people's energy. You have to be able to tell, like, okay, that's not for me, that's a distraction, that's trying to get me off my path. You feel me? Let that shit fall to the wayside type shit, kind of just let people do what they do, let people fall away. And I know it's hard sometimes, but at some point, you have to really let go and let your spirit or your soul lead you, okay?
So material possession. When you change from the material to the spiritual, you have an upward thought or an upward process.
Yeah,
when you change back to material, you're always looking to come here to try to perfect something that you missed out on, that you'll never have. I never had sneakers, never had the Nikes I wanted, or whatever. Ultimately, no matter what has been tried on us, there's a spiritual agenda that has been unbroken. The physical agenda, it looks like our back is up against the wall and they just making us pay rent. But that's the world of illusion. The spiritual agenda, they cannot stop it, and they know they cannot stop it. They're not going to show you they cannot stop it. Ultimately, we have never fallen out of control. We have never fallen out of control in this situation. We were only made to look like we fell out of control. All this was a putrefaction period. And now we at the time where it's rise time. This is the best time to be in. We are the alchemical people. We are the best. We are the best of the best. That's why we in the West. We represent everything because it's all about DNA. It's all about DNA. That's the Akashic record. So we represent everything that this world had to offer as a form of sucking it in and transforming. Same way you get chicken pox once and you never get them again. Because you have now sucked in that poison or the measles, never get them again. You sucked in that poison and you became immune to it. So by us becoming immune to this Holocaust, we never have to go through it again.
In other words, being unbothered or getting to a level mentally, spiritually, physically that's unbothered, okay? And that reminds me of a book I was reading. Basically, it was telling you how to watch your reactions. I think it was The Game of Life and how to play it. Basically, that's what it was. Your reaction dictates, it's a ripple effect in the universe. So your reaction is very powerful. Your reaction is very it's energy. It's energy. And you're the character. Remember, you're the spirit. You're the soul. You're the energy that dictates your own life. So being more cautious about what you think, who you're around, what you want, how you're gonna get it. It's like you just have to move very consciously, and that's why you have to be in tune with your spiritual gifts or spiritual talents or abilities, however you want to call them. But it's just like the more you learn, the more that you should be grasping it and applying it. And sometimes it's hard to do that. It's okay. Sometimes it takes years for you to get some shit down. You know what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up over it. You're going to spiritually transform every step of the way. Even if you're just doing something every day, one thing every day, you don't have to overdo it. Because that's what I used to do. I try to overdo everything. And I finally figured out, I have to go at my own pace. You know what I'm saying? I can't push myself into this spiritual ascension when my energy is scattered, and then I'm thinking I'm supposed to be doing this, or I feel guilty for not doing that, or you know what I'm saying. You have to really and that could be an issue within your birth chart or within one of your lessons here on Earth. So pay attention to the little things that you get flustered over, okay, and not just people outside of you, but within yourself.
We're now immune to this situation, and that's actually how you learn. That's actually how you transform. See, we really have to understand that it's really out of their control. We just think that they doing something. We never would even consider that, damn, their backs against the wall. We got to understand, we really are beating them up against the head. We are really controlling them. What's happening in the spirit world? Change. And that's basically us getting off this rock. We have mastered this world. If you're doing something spiritual and saying, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be Puff Daddy, I'll be hard-pressed to know what spirit that's going to stand behind you at this point, because that makes no sense to them. If you're saying, I want to go to the next level, 9 times out of 10, that's when the financial abundance will come, because by you really, and this being the true thing now, if your true intention is to go to the next level, you will find that they will make it comfortable for you as you do your work.
Okay.
Now, like I said, it doesn't happen all the time.
You know how it is when they say you have to ask the right questions or have the right type of energy. That's what that is. What movie was that? That was it was on iRobot when the dude got threw out the window and he passed away. The doctor, and it was on the little what was that? Holographic thing, and Will was asking him, what was his name in the movie? It don't matter. Will was asking him certain questions. He was basically told him it was the wrong question, and he finally said the question. He said, now that is the right answer, and then he cut everything off type shit. So it's after that, that's when he started finding breadcrumbs. You feel what I'm saying? If I can find that clip, I ain't gonna look for that clip here.
Some people got a harder plight and different things. Some people's work is to suffer down here to realize how humanity itself is suffering. You just got to know your intent. You got to know what you're here for. You got to get into your meditations, get into your communication with the spirit world, and then the answers you'll get will be like intuition, those aha moments. When you start noticing coincidences, you'll say, oh, that's how they talk. It's really synchronicity. But it comes forth as coincidence first, and that's how they'll talk to you. Like, whenever you mess up, you say, damn, something told me I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That something told you is the spirit world constantly in communication with you.
I'm talking about constantly, and it could get overbearing if you're really conscious enough or you understand. And some people may get confused as the angel numbers coming in, like certain people popping up in their world or certain situations popping up in their head. Like for me, I'm clairvoyant, clairsentience, and clairaudient. So that's 3 different ways I have to decode shit, and it's at first it was like a real heavy struggle because I didn't even know I was that until I knew I was that. So I knew that's how they communicated with me. And also in the astral realm, they, we talk in the astral realm. So, but it's levels to it. It's levels to it, y'all.
That something told you by you doing this work, it becomes more complex in its dialogue with you, and what it tells you will be more beneficial to you.
Yeah.
So by you doing this work, it will tell you, it will actually, you'll start to have competent conversations with that world to know exactly what you should do. You'll always be guided and always be protected, but we really have to come to terms with the financial thing on this planet is a wrap in terms of getting over to the next level. It's really a wrap. They want to get out. They understand that this is dead. This is over. Trees want to get out. And what he has to do is hope that he could keep you asleep before we realize in abundance that, wait a minute, we don't need this here. We are something greater than this here. As long as he can make you think this is the best thing you got,
right,
then we will. Then this thing could go on longer. So it seems. But ultimately, that's a wrap. That don't work no more. We're in control of this.
Now I have a caller that wants to ask you a question.
Okay.
Earlier I was listening in when you were saying about magic and about the thought forms and some of the illnesses and the troubles that we, particularly as black people, I know all people in the world have troubles, as you explained, but we particularly as black people. Now, when you talk about the magic and those thought forms and stuff, does it apply to those of us who walk around here? Does that apply to all three of those two? I'm thinking that it does, but I want you to, kind
of. Yes, on a certain level. Thought forms could be personal as well. Here's a thought form. Remember you had kids and they'll make up an invisible friend that they can't get to sleep with because they feel something's under the bed and they call him Joe? That's a thought form. Joe actually lives. There's an actual movie about that called Drop Dead Fred, where she had this invisible friend that came back. So thought forms can happen on a personal level or be created for you. So if they inject thought, it more falls on the line of mind control.
And that's what they try to do. If they can control your mind, they got you. I think me and somebody was talking about this the other day. Oh, I think me and one of my Facebook friends, I think we was talking about it. If people can like even cast spells or illusions or energy towards you to control your mind, control your actions, then they have you under some type of control. That's when self-mastery comes in, because you got to know your own energy. Okay, you got to know what you want, and you got to have that tunnel vision, that focus. And you also got to be able to read the energy very well. And then you'll see that everything ain't so coincidental or crazy as some people may say. You know when something is wrong in your reality or wrong around you. You feel that, so you have to go with that. And like you said, that was the spirits talking to you, or your past on loved ones, or Archangel Michael, or whoever you deal with. You got to be in tune. You got to hey, listen, because it gets intense. And when you least expect it, they will always send you like some type of something to let you know that you're on the right path, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. You feel me?
Co-sign with it, then we create our own thought forms. So they inject the intention, and then we create our own thought forms. That's the thought forms come in based upon your own thoughts. You start to form a thought or a entity about it. So each time the subject comes up, it serves you either as fear or as something that you can create to serve you. So your thought forms is what you want to get under control, and you want to start busting through the mythology. So you create your own thought forms, really.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Is that like when they say we have cancer, we begin to create the imbalance in our own selves.
Right. Based upon thinking that this authority, again, and we talked about it earlier, if they separate.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like projection. That's what they are good at, projection. A lot of people are good at projection, and they put fear in you, or they put concerns in your head. So you have to like kind of like stay within that peace, that balance, you know, and of course let things play out like it is, because if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. But most of the times they be trying to place fear over your life, over your mind, and put ideals in your head. So like I said, that's why it's valuable to have a strong mind.
Separated you from the God within you in terms of Christianity, conquer and divide, told you that something outside of you was God. Once they have established this white face, the same white authority face is on the news. Oh, the black woman is in a wretched state. So the same now becomes God telling you this. Without you even thinking it. It becomes God telling you this. And then you go, if God said it, so be it. And then you react accordingly.
Right.
I mean, it's all in your mind. It all comes from your mind. You need to realize it yourself. Magic is the methodology of self-realization. The self-realization. Self-realization. As opposed to realizing something outside of yourself and what that really meant. Nah, self-realization. The kingdom of heaven is within, and it's up to you to release it and return to it.
Period. Sorry, y'all. Period. That was a good one. That was very straight to the point and kind of basic. Kind of like that's a repetitive type of energy right there. Or a type of subject, because I know a lot of people also try to let people know about the mind control that happens. Let's see, we got gratitude, look at thumbnail. Okay, I thought they had some other comments on there, but this was Brother Panic with Decoding the Secrets of Spiritual Transformation, uploaded by JJ. Y'all go follow my boy. Okay, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.